United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And good morning, everybody. Housekeeping note, we do have, this meeting is being recorded. You may have a online attendee.
She was there, but I don't know where she went.
Okay. In the meantime, let's start with introductions. We'll start with Mr. Moore.
Alan Moore, IT Director.
Marilyn Seco, the Courier Express and the Daily Press.
Matt Fry, Penny Treasurer.
Rick Brown, Hill County Solicitor.
Greg Bauer, Commissioner.
Fritz Lecker, Commissioner.
Matt Weasenberry, Commissioner.
Pat Straub, Hill County Chief Clerk.
Emily Anders, Office Administrator.
Becky Taylor, Elk County Planning.
Nancy Baker, Elk County Children and Youth.
Herb Swanson, Firstway Records, fair. I'm here for, I'm also the head of the America 250 PA event for next year to make first drop what's going on and how it's being planned, and we're getting ready to go.
Thank you, Barb. We have a slot for you later on the agenda.
Yeah.
And we were anticipating a Zoom participant. Looks like there may be some technical difficulties. Great, sounds good. So we'll continue with our meeting. We have an agenda in front of us. Any, after review, any changes, questions, edits? Hearing none, I'll look for motion to approve the agenda.
Go move. Second.
The motion is second. Thank you. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, motion carries. Thank you. Next up, we have approval of the minutes of the August 21st, 2025 Commissioners meeting. After reviewing those, any questions, changes, comments, edits? Hearing none, I'll look for a motion to approve those minutes as presented.
So move. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Thank you, gentlemen. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, motion carries. We have no presentations. We have no resolutions. We have no old business. A short meeting today. Under new business, we have a request from our planning department to present the Elk County Planning Commission's project recommendations for the fiscal year 2025 CDBG application. And we have here today Becky Taylor, our CDBG coordinator.
It's hard to say.
I know.
I mess it up all the time.
So Becky, the floor is yours.
Sure. For the fiscal year 2025 entitlement, we're anticipating to receive $311,574. A portion of that belongs to the Ridgeway Borough. That's $93,296. With $83,967 to go towards their project. Their plan is to do curb cuts. No surprise. For the county entitlement, we have $218,278, and then $178,988 is available for projects. We started solicitation for projects back in March. I held my first public hearing in April, and this year we received 3 applications, all of which we are able to fund. First project was the Highland Township Water Telemetry Drive. That is a DEP mandated project for the Highland Township Municipal Authority. It allows them to communicate remotely between the water treatment plant and the water tower. Their request for funding is $31,350. Second application was for the Johnsonburg Public Library. They have a multi-purpose room upstairs. They would like to replace the windows. There's 3 of them. They're currently brittle. They open. If they would fall out or someone would touch them, they could easily be broken. They're requesting $60,500 to replace their windows. And then last but not least, the Johnsonburg Borough Community Center. would like to do some entrance work. They're gonna create a curb cut from the handicap accessible parking lot. And then also, modify the current ramp that they have that leads to the front porch. And then we do have a balance of funding of $28,838, which will be allotted for slum and blight. So I will solicit for applications through the municipalities. And then once I receive some applications, we'll run that through our planning commission, I believe in October, to see which ones they would like to fund.
Great. So what's the amount for the Johnsburg Boroughs Community Center entrance work?
Oh, 58,300.
Thank you.
And then we did review these projects with our planning commission last week. I also discussed them with the commissioners last week as well. And then our second public hearing to advertise and discuss these projects is scheduled for September 17th.
Great. Thank you. A lot of work. Some good projects there, so that's great. Gentlemen, anything to add?
I guess again, it'd be like 2026, middle to end year before we'd see those projects start to come on.
Yes, usually the funding will, probably next summer we'll receive the funding if it's approved through the state. And then we can proceed with the projects. And they have 3 years to complete them.
Great. So I would make a motion that we accept the planning commission's recommendations for the fiscal year 2025 CDBG projects as presented. Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. And it carries to accept those projects. Thanks, Becky.
Thank you.
Okay, new business number 2 and 3 are both requests from our Children and Youth Services. Number 2 is to approve a renewal contract with Cornell Abraxas Group for residential and or secure placements with an 11% to 40% increase depending on the care needed. And number 3 is request from CYS for a renewal contract with Project Point of Light for evaluations, no increase. Today we have Nancy Baker here, our Director of Children and Youth. Thanks for being here, Nancy. I believe these are both standard renewals in our stable of providers.
They are. We haven't used that Cornell Abraxas in quite a while, but it is nice to have that local contract because they are in Marionville. So probation and children and youth can use that provider. And they specialize really in like drug and alcohol and mental health. Typically, when you do go there for at least the drug and alcohol and sometimes mental health, it'll actually be paid for through the county's managed care, CCBH. So they'll actually pick up the tab on that. And then, so that's a placement for folks. And then Project Point of Light is a provider out of Du Bois who they just specialize in sexualized behaviors for youth and adults, but we use them obviously for youth for treatment, polygraphs. They have groups, things like that for
Great. And both these renewals, I believe, are for fiscal year 25-26, started beginning July 1, 25, ending June 30, 26, correct?
Correct. Yep.
Okay. So on new business number 2, to renew contract with Cornell Abraxas Group, I would make a motion that we approve that renewal. Give a motion in a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And new business number 3, Project Point of Light. Anything to add to that? Okay. Again, just another provider in our stable that we keep. So look for a motion to approve that renewal.
So moved. Second.
And that is also fiscal year 25-26. All right. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you. New business number 4, we have a request from Veterans Affairs for approval of benefits for 3 veterans burials, 1 spouse burial, and 2 veteran headstones. Again, our Veterans Affairs office does a tremendous job of keeping up with these requests. Look for a motion. And a second.
Second.
Thank you, sir. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Carries. Under correspondence, we do have correspondence. It's available at the commissioner's office if anybody would like to further review. Under good of the county, we welcome and encourage the public to attend our meetings. America 250 PA updates. So Commissioners Gebauer and Quisenberry took our Liberty Valley, Venice Valley Labor Day Parade this past weekend. Nice photo on in the paper. Thank you, Marilyn. Commissioner Quisenberry, you had some comments about the children.
Yeah, I was surprised because I had heard this from the parade that I wasn't able to attend in July, that many of those along the parade route, the younger kids recognized obviously the bell and couldn't help but to shout out that they helped participate in painting of the bell. So on Monday, during that parade, same thing happened. I was really surprised at the number of kids along the parade route who stepped out and were excited to share their experience having painted the bell and actually talking to them about that. And so I think it was absolutely a worthwhile project, but the ability to bring all those kids together and to participate as sort of one county and one project, regardless of your school, was very, very impressive. Yes, it was.
So the bell is scheduled. We've received confirmation from America 250 PA folks that we will hold the official unveiling on November the 6th. And we commissioners had a chance to view the rough cut of the documentary that A250 PA funded for us, and it turned out exceptionally well. So more on that to follow. We're not sure how we're going to distribute that or what, but that's great. Another thing on the America 250 celebration is our mini grant round is still open. I put a note up on Facebook, reminder, anybody wants to host an event, contest, whatever, they're welcome to get their application in. October 11th is the final day for those. And then last but not least, we have Barb Swanson here today. She's organizing a patriotic concert for next year. Barb, do you want to tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, I typed it all out.
I see that, thank you.
Each one of you commissioners and Marilyn a copy of where we are, and we're meeting again in September. The only error on here is Dr. Paul Fairwell. He has his doctorate in music. I forgot to put that in because he's just Paul to me.
Okay, Doctor, okay, great, thank you.
I got with Commissioner Lecker real early on when I heard that they wanted events for America 250 PA. And she had asked me if I was going to be doing my 9/11 remembrance concert that I do every 5 years in honor of the people that lost their lives for September 11th. And yes, I had already started planning it for next year, for 2026 on September 11th. It's the 25th anniversary. And I was going to make it a little bit bigger than normal because 25 years, and we've lost so many more people from that. And then she said, what if you add a patriotic concert to it? And I said, well, yeah, I can do that. The first half would be remembrance. We'd have an intermission. The second half would be Happy Birthday America with patriotic music and lots of fun, and some of the songs where the people in the audience could join in, with the Battle Hymn of the Republic. I'm planning a pit orchestra, a small pit orchestra. I have 3 other co-directors and producers. Their names are on here. Tom Hoffman's retired music teacher. He has the Allegheny Harmonizers. And Ed Schwerer is now a co-director with the Concert Choir of Elk County, and he has the Singing Dutchman. He's retired music teacher. And Dr. Paul Fehrenbach is retired professor of music at Penn State University. I've worked with these 3 gentlemen for probably the last 30, 35 years. We've worked together, putting on musical events and helping each other. So I think I've built a great team to work with. I know this is an Elk County event, but I live in Jefferson County now. And I go to the Presbyterian church down there, which has a very large choir with a large group of singers. Well, guess what? They're gonna be singing in the Elk County celebration too, because I sat next to a commissioner at the Memorial Day service in Brookville in the courthouse. He didn't even know what I was talking about. That there was supposed to be, commissioners were supposed to be planning something for their county. He just looked at me like it was blank. Well, I said, don't worry about it. I said, I got it covered because I've got 10 singers coming from Jefferson County. But I look for this to be, any of you that have ever attended my remembrance concerts, which are I've given every 5 years. All 8 county, all Elk County fire departments are present, all ambulance services are present, all first responders are invited and are present. And they all come in their dress parade uniforms. They are honored. And they bring a piece of equipment, like Wharton Township has an engine that was actually out of New Jersey that was at 9/11, was pulled into New York to fight fire. And so that's an interesting thing, but I'm coordinating that. Bill Kraus is helping me take care of the fire department, taking care of parking. This will be at the St. Mary's Public High School. Everything has been signed, sealed, and delivered. We're good with there. Now, my one question that I want to ask you, how you feel about this. Since the shooting in the church last week, there's gonna be a lot of policemen sitting at the St. Mary's High School, but they're gonna be in dress uniforms. They're not gonna be wearing body armor. They'll probably have a gun stuck somewhere because they're police officers. But do you feel, since we're representing the county of Elk, do you think you want me to get a couple people just doing security? The high school asked me this too, and I said, well, there'll be so many cops sitting in there. But then I got to thinking, they're dress uniforms. They don't have body gear on. A cop never dies. They're always looking around to see something suspicious. But do you think we should maybe get a couple guys in uniform, body armor, or maybe one undercover, just keeping an eye, because there's 1,900 seats in that auditorium. I already have over 100 people gonna be on stage or more as it grows. So I'm just asking your feelings. I know one police officer that works in Clearfield that would be lives in Ridgeway, me property loans.
So Barb, in your discussions with the school, St. Mary's School school district has school resource officers. So you could ask if they would be present.
We could do that, yeah, and I could get, this young man who's a police officer he bought down Mars House up on Little Avenue. He's not employed by the Ridgeway Police, and he's employed by the Clearfield Police.
I would suggest working out with the school, whatever they feel most comfortable with.
Okay, and if they want a couple armed body armored police.
Again, their school resource officers would be outfitted
Didn't
appropriately.
I just read that just Officer Lovett just retired?
They have several though, SROs at the school.
Okay,
So they have more than just John Lovett, but yes, I think he did retire.
okay. So I'll contact I work with Bobby in the superintendent's office. But today's world is what it was even 5 years ago or 10 years ago. And I certainly wouldn't want anything to happen. I really wouldn't. And that's an odd high school to work in. Ridgeway High School is different because they all come in from the back. You only have those 2 back doors to cover. But St. Mary's has different entrances and it's bigger auditorium.
Right.
Okay, so I will follow up with that.
That sounds great. We look forward to the concert, so we're excited about it.
We've picked some beautiful music. Tom Hoffman found a copy of music of the Star Spangled Banner with a harmony. I mean, we all sing in unison, everybody sings in unison, but it's work for our harmony. And it is absolutely glorious. It's the original tune, it's just absolutely glorious sound.
Right.
And I was wondering before we left Maryland with maybe, because this is our first draw in the paper, that this is gonna happen in Elk County, that you guys, this is all part of what you're planning for your events next year. It'd be all right to get a picture of me with the three commissioners.
That's up to Marilyn, but she is nodding yes. Yes, definitely. Thanks, Marilyn.
So, anyway, I will be giving, you and I are the point people together, right, Commissioner? So I will be sending you updates. We have a meeting, the guys and I have a meeting, coming up in September, or this September, coming up this month. And, when we make decisions, and when I find out anything about security from the school, I will be sending you updates of what I find, what I find out from that, and what anything that we extra that you don't have here.
Great.
I'll just fire it over to you in an email.
Thank you, and thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me and letting me do this.
You bet. Next, under good of the county, the Veterans Affairs Office will be closed on September 4th and 16th between the hours of 12:30 p.m. to 4 p.m. due to mandatory training. Please continue to pray for our military personnel, our families and our children, their teachers, all elected officials, and peace in the world. Questions from the press?
I was just going to make sure we get a picture before.
Great, thank you. Comments from taxpayers. Do we have somebody online? Okay, great.
Good morning.
Morning, and so please identify yourself for the good of the order.
Yes, Terry Browan, Brawand,
Hi,
taxpayer.
Terry.
Hey, when are you going to have your last year's financial statement posted?
What does that mean, financial statement?
What-
Your audited financial statement from Sharkey Piccirillo should be posted by now for December of 2024. Do you have any ETA on that?
Not completed yet.
It's not completed yet, Terry.
Okay, so I'll keep looking for it on the federal website and your website. One of the things I noticed on your website for your budget, I want to draw your attention. Your 2024 internal audit had been posted. Now that page is really hard to find on your website. There's no direct link to it. You have to go to the commissioner's link and then you have to search for budgets to even find your audits and your budgets. So as a taxpayer, I would just ask you if you could put a link up so it's easy for people to find your financial information. Lucky for me, last week I downloaded your internal audit from 2024 because it's no longer posted to your website. So it's been 29 months since the taxpayers have been informed as to how much money the commissioners or Elk County even has in the bank. So the last published financial statement was December 31st of 2023. And so I anxiously await your 2024 financial statements. One of the things in your last year's financial statements said that annual budgets are adopted for the general fund, certain special revenue funds, and the debt service fund. I did not find that you adopted a budget for any of those for 2025. So I'll be anxious to take a look at your financial statements for 2024. The note disclosures say that the budget control, the legally adopted budgets were going to be provided to the Pennsylvania Department of Community and Economic Development. When I went to them, I did not find that your legally adopted budgets were filed with the DCED. Maybe it's a link I missed, so I'll file a right to know for those budgets. When I do make my way to your budget page, which for the average taxpayer is hard to find, your 2025 budget that you show as the adopted budget for 2025 has 60 pages. However, only 17 of those pages have data. All the rest of the budget has been redacted out, and it's either blank pages or it just has the name of accounts, and you've removed the proposed budget amounts, and you only have your general budget as posted. And I believe you're required to adopt budgets for your debt service fund and your major fund. So I'll anxiously await the actual audited financial statements and take a look at the budget comparisons. The last time I looked at your cash, the county had $14.5 million. Now, of course, all of that's not available. Some of it's in special revenue funds. That was December of 2023. And there is, as of your internal auditors, the report I found that has since been taken down had $30 million in the pension plan. So that's well funded when all of you decide to retire. I'm going to go ahead and post in the chat for you a link to what I consider to be the best Elk County. And Calvin, if you can show that chat, that'd be awesome. So I went around all of the local governments in Elk County, and I found that Johnsonburg has a fabulous link on their website that lists a packet. They call it a link to the packet. And johnsonburgpa.com is where they post their monthly reports. And they even include your minutes in their packet, and they include all of their cash, beginning, revenue, and ending. So I just ask you for some additional transparency. Since I've been coming to your meetings, you've taken off of your agenda your budgets, your financial disbursements, your correspondence, and none of that is available until you file a right to know in the commissioner's office. When I go to the Jones Township meeting, they have a clipboard with all of the correspondence. So
Thank you, Terry. Your 5 minutes is up. We
well,
appreciate
the other lady took 10 and you didn't even set a timer on her.
Okay.
But I'm going to
Turn
call
off,
you
Dawn.
out and tell you to put some of your financial data up on the website.
Okay, great. Okay, any other comments from taxpayers? Look for a motion to adjourn. So move, meeting adjourned. Next meeting, 10 a.m. September 18th, my birthday.